Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be talking about the overall dress in the 1980s. So you can take a minute to look at this, but this is just a quick overview of everything we're going to be talking about. So in this time period, men wore cuffed jeans, khakis, cardigans, t-shirts, denim and bomber jackets, as well as leather jackets. Women really loved to wear clothing that was typically worn by a man, which was called power dressing, and they also liked to wear big earrings, leg warmers, and a lot of layered necklaces. The big trends of the 1980s were acid wash jeans, big hair, spandex, leg warmers, fishnets, jean jackets, and animal prints. The female to male ratio of full-time workers increased to 60.2% in 1980, and it continued to rise in the following years. As the wages continued to increase, more women became motivated to go to work and support themselves instead of relying on their husbands. And even though women were working hard to not continuously rely on their husbands, society still saw men that way. The gender pay gap in the 1980s was about 33 cents to the dollar, even though women were able to have the exact same jobs alongside men. In the mid-1980s, close to half, being 43% in 1984 and 48% in 1987, of people supported a gendered separation of roles, with, of course, men being the breadwinner and women being in the caring role. Clearly, at that time, there was a very strong belief in the traditional gender divide. According to a study released by the nonprofit Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, quote, between 1967 and 1980, 35.5% of the poor moved into the middle income group, but during the 1980s, only 30.4% graduated to the middle class. During this time period, people were starting to live longer and started to act younger at the same time. New technologies were developing and booming. Ronald Reagan celebrated becoming president with his wife, with a style that used fashionably conspicuous clothes as well as social events to display the affluence of American society to a bigger audience. By the mid-1980s, the use of credit cards started to increase, consumers were able to spend and were actively encouraged to consume after years of recession. Madonna was one of, if not the biggest influence of dress in the 1980s. Her style was copied by millions of fans all over the world. And she had a very interesting signature style with lace crop tops with black bras, buffalo skirts, mesh knit tank tops, and black lace fingerless gloves. There was also a huge collaboration of Jordache and Coca-Cola, as well as dance music. There are a lot of signature styles from the 1980s, examples being biker shorts, bold-shoulder blazers, taffeta evening wear, fishnets and leg warmers, electric colorways, the naked dress, leggings as pants, and inserted shoulder pads into any blazers as well as blouses. And to end off, these are my references, and this is my music source.